if you're a small goalie, you're at a disadvantage, and there's no way of hiding that or changing that fact because it is what it is. It's a fact. There's no way that a small goalie will ever fill up more net than a big goalie, and some people might get discouraged. And does that mean you should just quit the sport altogether? Absolutely not. There's guys in the NHL. There's one guy in the NHL, Juuse Saros, who is the proof that if you're a small goalie, you can still make it, and you should still try every single day and get better. Because there's no reason to give up when you're small just because you're small. So in this video, we're going to talk about how Saros is able to compete and how he's able to play in the National Hockey League as a small goalie, and why you, if you are a small goalie, should model your game after Juuse Saros. Okay, so first clip we got going on here. Again, Saros is absurdly good at just moving his body. He's super quick all the way through. He's battling through a screen here with his eyes. He's seeing the shot all the way in. And his tracking, he's going to mess it up a little bit. He's going to read glove, but it's going to take a tip down here, go into his pads, and you're just going to see him. His eyes are going to attack this puck right away. Makes an insane save to start the game. And that's always a good way to start. And you can tell he's small. So he says he's like 5'10", but I bet he's like 5'9". This one, he gets scored on this play, and I think I know why. So he's going to go RVH when 15 here is still very close. Personally, I think your RVH zone, they're in the NHL, so they have these awesome trapezoid lines. But younger guys don't. So I think your RVH zone should be like this. And then obviously behind the net here. And then here you should be standing up. I don't think going in the RVH this early is good because you're going to see he's going to get caught in transition downward. So the puck is coming across. Well, he's still coming down. So then he's got to swing his entire body, but he's still ridiculously mobile and athletic. And that's the thing with small goalies is you're going to have to be more athletic and more mobile and quicker. You're going to need to be better than a taller goalie because you're not going to be able to fill up more space. Again, he's ridiculously fast that he's going to get over, but small, doesn't fill up a lot of space. It's going to be a goal against. Let's see it in full speed just to show what I'm talking about. Again, we'll watch it one more time. Again, 15's coming down the wall, or 25, sorry. He goes RVH, puck goes across. That's a goal. So I think that's a bit early of an RVH. And I think that's why that one goes in. But other than that, here, stays with it all the way, doesn't get too wide. He's super narrow. Super narrow. Super compact. He's going to be able to drop and make a very good save through here. Good tracking off his body. Gets up and back in the play. Never gives up on the play. He's fully on it. Save through traffic. Smothers it. That's a save. Good save, especially from a big shot from the point. Next one here. Again, ridiculously good tracking and just good body positioning. He needs to be more positionally sound than other goalies. So here, his shoulders are in line with this puck covering. The only thing that's open for this guy is to shoot high, so he's going to get good spine angle, and he's going to get over this puck. It's going to go right into his stomach, and that's a good save. Again, that's why, as a small goalie, you should model your game after Saros, because he's not getting beat. Because he's getting beat because of his size in certain plays, but he's also so crazy athletic that it's just proof that size isn't everything. Here again, good tracking. Way to read it off his pad. He's back in the play. Sometimes it's that simple. That your tracking just needs to be better than a taller goalie. There's a pie chart. That's a good save. Again, his edges are so ridiculous. Doesn't get super wide. He gets kind of wide here, but he's so mobile and so athletic that even when he gets wide, he's able to push and make an explosive movement off to the side and make that save. As I was saying, there's a pie chart that kind of shows how small goalies can compete. So if you imagine a pie chart, I'll find the pie chart or I'll make my own. Let's say height is 30% of a tall goalie. When you're shorter, it's only 25. So now everything else needs to fill up that pie, right? Your height isn't going to fill it. So Saros is the prime example of that. ridiculous skating. His eyes are going to lead his body, which I love to see. His eyes shoot first to the puck this way. He's going to get into his post. You're going to see him kind of go RVH, and he's going to get stuck, right? It looks like his leg is dropping down, but the puck is coming back up this way, so the rest of his body needs to swing back forward. So that's what it's going to do. Again, he's ridiculously athletic, ridiculously mobile. That he's going to swing that body forward to get from this angle here to this angle here, blocking off all this shot angle. And again, eyes lead the play. Tracking is ridiculous. Good glove save. That's ideal on how you make a save like this. Let's see this one full speed. Again, good tracking into his blocker. Battles it in front of him. Good skating through the play. Tall stance. So it doesn't show much of it. This is where, you'll get beat as a small goalie. If he decides to shoot this puck here, you're smaller, so you need to battle even harder to see through 6'3" guys in front of you. That's something that I personally battle with while playing the game. And that's a hard reality of being small. Again, here, look at how wide he is. But he's so ridiculous, so crazy athletic that he's able to be this wide to look through screens because he's still going to be able to be explosive. Look at him. Good movement through his crease. Good following. He's going to follow it. And again, his size is his limitation. There are, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies in front. 7 if you count him. 7 bodies in front. You literally cannot see the shot. Again, the way this one's released, it does look like it's coming this way, so he's going to explode a little bit this way. And it's going to catch one of these bodies in front. Again, there's 7 guys. It's going to catch one of those guys. So, definitely not his fault. But again, that's where size can be an issue because you can't see over your players. This one here, again, Saros, I don't see him head checking. This broadcast is a little glitchy. This is where a guy like Swayman, who we can break down next, is always scanning up ice instead of being locked in on the play. Did he take one there? It looks like he might have taken one there. But again, his power is Saros' power is ridiculous. The fact that he's this wide in his stance and he's able to get over quick enough to make this save is insane to me. Good save, and then he's even able to push out of that and add more layers to his skating, which is good. Next one here. I don't know why this broadcast is super laggy. Again, just look at how ridiculously athletic this man is. He's able to throw his body around, make save. There's 1, there's 2, bounces out, there's 3, and he's back up into the play once again. So if we break it down, first one off a bounce, looks like it's going to catch this guy's stick, bounces out to him. So again, he's dropping. He's going to be able to get to his feet quick, get depth. He's going to be able to push off this foot to the center of his crease, make this save. It's going to bounce out. It's going to find a stick. He's going to be there, and he's going to be back up. So, again, ridiculous movement, and a lot of it stems just from his athleticness and his mobility. Again, here, this is another screen. So, again, when you're small, again, he's not covering nearly as much space as a taller goalie would. So, the only spot that's open that we can see on camera is, like, right up in this area here. So that's where he's going to get beat. Again, he's screened, and he's super tiny, so that's a goal. But we're also seeing how his size is not a limitation in the way he plays the game. So don't let these type of the screens are the only issue when you're smaller, I think, because it's just physically harder. But again, he's just so ridiculous. Like, this is a good save. Spine angle is perfect. He's going to drop down. His eyes are going to lead the play like they should. And he's going to get up, and he's able to be back into his post. Get good movement. There's a head check there. I really like that, especially as a smaller guy. Something that I'm trying to implement into my game is looking up ice. Because when you look up ice, you gain information, and more information means less work, is basically how you should view it. So he's going to take a head check, and then new play here. Played across, again, screen in front. He's not going to make it looks like it bounced off a body or it's tipped wide. But then he finds it. Good tracking. He's going to get into his post. He's going to make that save. It's going to be rimmed up top. Again, watch his movement. His movement is insane. And it's just how a smaller goalie should approach the game, is with ridiculous movement. Again, good movement. Good save through the play. And then he's going to get back into his puck. Or back into his post, sorry. So again, follows it all the way through. Great seal. Great seal and great projection as a smaller guy is what you need. He's going to get back into the play, back into his post, and the puck's going to go the other way. Next one here. Good hinge off his post. Good read. Way to throw his body there. And then it's a good seal. Again, RVH a bit early, but let's go back. This hinge here, when it's swung high to low, or low to high, sorry. Watch this foot. This foot is going to swing forward in a hinging motion, which is exactly right. And then it's going to pass up front. He's going to drop from a shot there. Bounces out in front of him. Weird bounce, broken play. His eyes are the first to go. And then his back shoulder is going to come through. And he's going to be on the play. And I think this is a bit early of an RVH. Because he has... I guess he doesn't have as much options other than go wide, but still, personally, I think it's a bit early of an RVH. But he's in the National Hockey League, so he can do whatever he pleases. Let's see this in full speed first. Again, crazy crease movement, good save. Even gets back to his feet to get to that puck to cover it. So that's... His movement is ridiculous. He's able to move very, very well and very efficiently through his crease. With that, along with good tracking, there he's going to lose it. Again, mistakes do happen even at the highest level. He's going to bobble it out of his glove. But his movement to get there, let's watch it. His explosiveness off this corner to get to the top of his crease is ridiculously fast. Again, mistakes happen. It's a bobble. He's going to get lucky that didn't get put in. But we move on, and we look at the positives from stuff like this, which is just his movement. Here, he's super tall. He's super, super wide, or up in his crease. That's what I meant by tall, is he's super up in his crease, which I'm not going that far personally, but again, that's going to allow him to cover more space from the angle. You're going to look taller here than if you're back here. So I guess that's his purpose there. Again, good tracking through it. Covers it. Great save. Again, just good tracking, good movement. He's here already, looking through the screen, and then that's great lateral movement to shift into the puck here. So here, screen, he's going to read it going opposite way. He's going to laterally release it into that puck. Great movement. It's back up top, and his tracking is so good that he's just going to smother it in his glove. And it's going to be a great save. Good tracking. That's what I think a lot of his game is his tracking and his movement is what's going to make him ridiculous. Because it's obviously not his size. Like, we did a breakdown on the Alex Lyon. Like, look at this. Again, he's going to get scored on, but look at how fast he's moving. We did a breakdown on Alex Lyon, as I was saying, and his big thing was his size and his ability to track pucks. Where Saros, again, he's going to prioritize not getting so wide. He's going to be super, super narrow. Super narrow because it allows him to make these tiny adjustments and explode out. He's going to explode out once. He's going to realize he's got to explode out again. And it happens, but let's watch it full speed. Let's just look at how explosive and how quick he's able to move. Which, again, it's a goal against, but you need to look at the positives there. I think he moves ridiculously well through a play like that. Again, good skating movement there, good tracking, good back into his post, head check, good RVH, good pivot. Like, he's a ridiculously good skater. It's all seamless. You know, you don't see any holes. He's good tracking, good sealing. Like, there's a perfect seal. There's nothing this Ducks player can do. There are 0 holes in this play other than above his shoulder. It looks like that's where he's going to try to go. But other than that, and then we're going to see a good skating motion here out of his RVH to get up top. Just good tracking. Good battling through screens is what we love to see. Again, I just want to really emphasize his movement. His movement is ridiculous. That's a good save, good tracking, good rebound control. Let's keep watching again. Just watch how fluid his skating is. Watch how his seals are no holes, and he's a very aggressive goalie, which is what I believe is super weird as a small goalie. Because you'd think, like, you're smaller, you want to create more space for yourself. Like, look at that tracking right here. This is a beautiful save. It's going to pop out up front. He's going to find it with his eyes first. That's a big thing I emphasize with everybody, regardless of size, is your eyes attacking the puck. His eyes attack it, he realizes, oh my goodness, it's a save, and he's going to make this ridiculous save by throwing his blocker at it. Just getting it there, doing it, whatever it takes to make a save, and he's going to make it. And then here, again, no holes, good skating motion. We see it through there, cut off, but we just see this good skating. Breakaway, bad play. But his skating is just so good, man. Again, not super wide. He's going to be able to explode laterally to make that save, and that's beautiful. That's what we love to see. That's ideal from a smaller guy. This is a brutal power play. Oh, my goodness. Again, good RVH integration, good play up front, and it's going to be a tap and goal. Let's look at the positives, though. As we've been. Okay, broken play. Bounces off his player's skate. He's going to be explosive enough to get to the first puck. The second one, any goalie's letting that one in. Power play goal against. Next one here. Good read through traffic. There's a head check. I saw one. Again, great skating, great movement through the puck. Gets his hands to it quick. And I think that's a big thing with smaller guys, is getting your head and eyes and then your hands to pucks as fast as you can. Again, good save, no holes. Great seal on his RVH here. And that's where this one ends. So, not the greatest display of how he skates and how well he can play the game. I could have picked a better game, personally. But there are definitely positives, and I think the big takeaways for smaller guys, just from watching this, because you do learn from seeing a goalie get scored on, is screens. Screens are your worst enemy. Screens are definitely your worst enemy as a smaller guy. Personally, as a smaller guy, I feel it all the time. I think you see that head-first movement is something that Saros is very, very good at. His hand-eye tracking is something that's insanely good. That is going to make him easier. His great edge control and skating ability. And great tracking. So, again, if you imagine a pie chart, let's imagine this is all filled up, whatever. For a tall goalie, let's say this is their slice of tallness. Everything else needs to be filled up. Right? Whereas a smaller guy, say this is your chart as a small guy, and your thing of height is only this much. Let's say your thing of height is only this much. See how much more work you need to do. So again, does that mean you should give up as a small goalie? No. And the proof is in the pudding. Again, he does lose this game, but there are definitely more games where he competes and plays very, very well. Again, I think he played very well in this game. Just look at his movement. Skating is ridiculous. So I think from a small goalie perspective, the things you should take out of this are become a better skater, make sure there are 0 holes when you seal the ice, and be more mobile, because you're going to need to beat the small guys a certain way. And if it's not with your size, it's got to be with your speed. And also along with that, I love to talk about IQ, and you need to beat them with your brain as well. If you're not going to beat them with your strength, you got to beat them with your brain. And I think that's a very good way to end this video, is to just show that regardless of your height, there's the guys who just played in the Frozen 4 final. Super small goalies, both of them. So the proof is in the pudding. They're small guys at high levels. So if you're a small guy, Yes, you're at a disadvantage, but that does not mean give up, because you can still make it to the National Hockey League, and you can still play at absurdly high levels of hockey. And the proof is right here, and I showed some points in the video. If you like what I do, my email's in my bio. Reach out. My Instagram's in there. DM me if you like this. There are going to be more videos in the future about goalies, and hopefully more in-depth breakdowns, and I kind of just wanted to get this one out. I'll probably make another video on Saros. But yeah, I just, this one's more personal because it's a small goalie. So again, I just want to emphasize that if you're a player, goalie, whatever, let me know. Reach out. We'll do stuff for free, and we'll get rolling, because I'm excited to work with everybody. So thank you.